Welcome to Sikhcast, brought to you by Sikh Research Institute, illuminating every path.
Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. My name is Muktnoor Kaur and I'm the transcreator and commentary writer on the Guru Granth Sahib project. We are excited to announce the release of the annotation on the Guru Ramdas Sahib's Bani, Karhale, set in Rag Gaudi Purbi, a mixed musical mode. This musical mode captures and acknowledges the pain of separation we feel from Ik Oankar, while encouraging us that despite the feeling of separation, closeness with Ik Oankar, the One, is possible. The title of this composition translates to camel and is used as a metaphor for the human mind. Akin to a camel, the human mind traverses long spaces, bearing considerable burdens and possessing the resilience to endure long, challenging journeys. Guru Ramdas invokes the camel's enduring, sometimes stubborn nature to reflect the mind's strength and potential to rediscover our connection with the One. Under the title Karhale, there are two compositions, and today I would like to reflect on Karhale Man Pardesiya, Kyon Miliye Har Mae. We may often be led to believe certain ideas about our human mind, which posit that our minds might be inherently negative or that good fortune only comes to some. But this Bani and this composition changes that paradigm. We are reminded that the mind's innate nature is actually free of filth and vices. This revelation is instrumental in transforming our negative narrative towards our own mind to a positive one and making us rethink about our long conditioned beliefs. Rather than being harsh or frustrated with our human mind, which sometimes falters or gets distracted or is stubborn, the change in the narrative helps in cultivating a sense of empathy and compassion towards our own mind. Once we are able to unburden ourselves from the judgments, there is room for reflection on the innate nature of the mind and the desire to be in the remembrance of the One. After the Manglacharan, the invocation, Ik Oankar Satgur Prasad, I wanted to take a minute to reflect on the Rahav line of this composition, or the pause line, where the main idea of this composition is found. Man Karhala Satgur Purkh Tyai, Rahav. Our team transcreates this as, "O my unbridled camel-like mind, remember the eternal wisdom Guru at every moment." The pause line of this composition reminds our minds to dwell on the true eternal wisdom perpetually. Just as the unbridled camel wanders disorderly from one direction to the other, so does our mind, while seeking pleasure, security, love, connection, meaning, and purpose. This wandering is never-ending until it finds an anchor. The wisdom of the Guru is that blessing that grounds us and brings stability in our lives, navigating us towards the path of bliss and steadiness. The wisdom helps us in finding direction, and dwelling on the eternal wisdom helps us to recognize the eternal purpose, which is to connect with the One, Ik Oankar. Reflecting on the pause line allows us to introspect and begin our own journey of how we wish to embrace the wisdom. By acknowledging the significance of connecting with the wisdom, we can seize a distinct opportunity to understand that we cannot simply mimic others. This is not a journey of imitation. This is an inner pilgrimage. So we ought to contemplate and engage with wisdom in our own manner to discover our unique path forward. The final couplet reveals that despite a camel-like nature, we have the potential to begin a journey where we can unite with Ik Oankar. Gur aage kar jodri, jan nanak har milai. The team transcreates this as, become wisdom-oriented, make a humble plea before the wisdom like your own devotees. Unite me with Ik Oankar as well. Guru Ramdas emphasizes that when we rediscover our inherently genuine minds, we always remain with wisdom. The revelations aid us to dissolve any limitations we might have regarding our mind. We learn that the camel-like mind, which crosses long deserts, has the ability to overcome the distantness it feels with Ikongar. A genuine and powerful seeking can help the mind to cross over to unite with Ikongar. I also wanted to touch briefly on the word that I think is really significant while reflecting on this composition, and the word is vichad. This word comes in the third stanza of the line, Parthak tir kar naal pyara vichad chota khai. It is translated as separation. We feel incomplete and restless in our worldly lives because we find ourselves in a state of separation from Ikongar. It's this aching sort of melancholy that we can't seem to find relief from. This disconnection creates an unsettling feeling within us. Sometimes our minds don't even recognize our own restlessness, and instead, this manifests in different unconscious external behaviors. But in the third stanza, this false sense of duality is dissolved, leading us into the realization that there is no end and no beginning. The one is infinite, and we become infinite with our union with Ikongar. The pang of separation only pains us as long as we believe that we are separated from the beloved, the one. Guru Ram Das uncovers this eternal truth about the one. If we accept the wisdom as the eternal guide, we can feel the beloved, see the beloved, for the beloved spouse, the one, is dwelling within us. In the end, I want to conclude by adding that we learned that we are already blessed with the tool to help us connect with Ikongar, our minds. By exposing us to the mind's innate nature and potential, Guru Ram Das irons out many complex lines of thought for us, realizing that the pain of separation we feel is self-created is empowering. And to know that it is our own perspective that keeps us distant from the one which is housed within us, it's like taking our power back. This is relieving on so many levels to know that for the union we seek, we don't have to go far, just within. For the one was always within us, is within us, and will be with us. These are some reflections on certain verses within this composition. For those seeking deeper understanding, I urge you to dedicate time to perusing both the literal and interpreted translations. To scholars, I extend an invitation to dive into word meanings and explore the footnotes. If you're new to exploration, start with the commentaries. And for the lovers, let the Bani resonate with your singing. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
Read the translations and commentaries at gurugranthsahib.io.
You are listening to Sikhcast by Sikh Research Institute, illuminating every path.